Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, my beautiful people? And welcome to the Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks on stacks, lads. Joined with my man, Mr. Big Ballin' Ben Larson. How you doing tonight, Ben?
Better now that the Giants walk it off. I mean, I can't complain. Can't complain out of Giants victory, even though it doesn't mean anything at this point of the year.
Not a damn
the Giants,
thing.
At least. But Crawford homer into center, 406. I'll take it. Second walk off in the last 3 days. So
yeah, man, the Giants getting their swagger back at the wrong time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Too little, too late. I mean, there's still 49 games left for them, so there's a chance.
Anything
Not
is
really,
possible, I guess.
Exactly. But, it's been a good day. Can't complain. We're getting closer to Friday, so that makes me happy.
Let's go, y'all.
And I'm drinking it. Well, I'm hoping this is going to be a good beer.
Oh,
How you
hoping.
doing?
We're hoping now.
Well, I'm hoping because I haven't opened it or tried it yet, so.
Oh, okay. I'm doing good. Man. I'm doing actually really great. Today's been these last 2 days have just been phenomenal betting days, and this thing's a roller coaster, bro, especially the baseball season. Ben,
Yep.
I've talked about it before. I've had a really up and down season. I've had some really high highs and I've had some really low lows, but I've learned from those lows and I've learned from losses and I've bounced back stronger, and every time I go on a bigger roll after my lows. So
that's all that matters.
I feel like I'm in a groove, and since I said that, I'm probably gonna get really cold here in the next week. Because that's just how it goes. But I mean, I gotta strike it while the iron's hot, as they say, right, Ben?
There we go.
And I'm drinking some nice beer as well. What beer are you sipping on?
Yeah, so I'm going on one.
Or what are you sipping on?
Mad.
Because you always be switching it up with whiskey on Tuesdays usually.
I'm going with beer today.
Okay.
With beer. So I mean, I can go with whiskey. I just got to turn around right here. But I'm going with a Mad River Brewing, which is out of Humboldt County, California. It's from Blue Lake, California. It's called Historic State Park IPA. So it's hopped with Citra, coming in at 6.6%. We'll see how it is. First sip was really hoppy. So we'll see if this kind of mellows as it's drinking. It is my first beer of the day, so it could just be that it was a little hop forward, kind of getting that flavor into it. So We'll see how it goes out. What do you got?
I am.
True?
What's that? Tried
and true?
No, I'm actually sipping on Firestone Hopnosis IPA.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And this is the first time I've ever had it, dude. First time I ever seen it. I saw it at the grocery store the other day, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta try that." I've never tried that one. Actually, first sip is like not that good, so we'll see how it goes.
No.
We'll see how it goes, dude. Wasn't too satisfied with that first hit, but I mean, we'll see.
Okay. Gotta say that we are being sponsored by Tavour tonight. Neither of these beers are from Tavour, but Go to Tavour.com, download the Tavour app, use promo code Taproom when signing up to get $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more.
Yes, sir.
It's beer straight.
Let's go, y'all.
Straight to your front door. You don't even got to move, and we got a big show on deck.
Yep.
Really exciting. Really excited because baseball is, I mean, I keep saying it like we're really in the swing of things, but today there was a lot of important games, and they did not disappoint. So let's start with the elephant in the room, Ben, and that's the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to become a disaster. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up. So it closed Yankees minus 200, Rays plus 165. On the run line, the Rays were plus 1.5, minus 120. Yankees minus 1.5, plus 100. The Yankees are 2-8 in their last 10, Ben. And Nestor Cortez only gave up 3 runs. It happened to be on a 3-run home run in the first, but they didn't give up anything after that, and they still lose because they cannot figure out how to hit the ball all of a sudden.
And not only 2-8 in their last 10, but they're 8-17 in the second half of the year. And I mean, we're talking about they haven't won a series since playing Kansas City, and they've lost. I mean, they're going to be losing this Tampa Bay series. They've already lost 2 of the 3.
Yep. They could lose
lost
tomorrow.
The Boston series. Yeah, even if they win tomorrow, they can't take the series.
But, I mean, they could get swept tomorrow for sure.
What's that?
They can get swept tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then then what does it look like? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they lost the Boston series, lost Seattle series, lost St. Louis, got swept, lost Seattle again. They beat Kansas City, but then prior to that, they lose to the Mets too.
Yep.
Lost to Houston. They did beat Baltimore. But the thing that worries about me here, like the most here, is that these are all playoff level teams. These are teams that they will be seeing in the playoffs, and they're losing the series to them. Yeah. So, to me, that there's very little hope that this is a team that's going to make a run deep into the playoffs. Because at least at this point, I mean, obviously there's time to turn it around. They're 72-45, so they are at 117 right now, if my math is correct. Yeah, 117. Yeah. So they still have 40 games left to turn this around. But I mean, they got to get going quick. They do have a decent end of the year. They've got some easier teams.
Yeah, but they can't beat anybody right now. The way they're playing, they've only scored 6 runs in the last 6 games, dude. I don't care. And they faced a bad pitching team in the Boston, and they only managed 5 runs in that series, Ben.
Yeah.
This team is just absolutely struggling at the plate, dude. And Aaron Judge was masking a lot of their problems because he was on fucking fire, dude. Scorching hot.
To hit 77 home runs this year.
And now he's kind of regressed a little bit. Back to normal. I mean, nobody thought he was going to be this good this year. Not even Yankees fans. Not even the New York Yankees themselves thought he was going to be this good. But in the last week, Ben, they're dead last in WRC plus 39. That's 61 points below league average.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, we'd look at where they were just, record-wise a month ago, and this is the top team in the American League. Now they've got a nice hold, second to third, but I mean, at this point, the way that they're playing, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a team pass them up.
What's their...
I don't know. I guess they're half game up on the Yankees, on the Astros, but they were 9-10 games up.
Yeah, well, they're behind the Astros right now. The Astros are the number 1 team in the AL, 75-42.
Oh, why did my page not refresh me here? Still had this from Sunday.
The Yankees are 72-45. So I mean,
2.5 games back.
Yeah, they're not far behind, and then. They're going to win the division. The Rays are 10 games back.
Catching them, yeah.
So it's but this is a bad time to cool off, dude, because you're supposed to be playing your best baseball heading into September and October, and they are going the complete opposite way. But we talked about this earlier in the season, Ben. We said this team was going to regress to the mean at some point.
Yeah. A lot of it was the pitching that we thought was really going to regress, which it has. I didn't expect the batting to regress as much as it has.
Yeah. The batting has regressed quite a bit. Stanton is hurt, but I mean, let's be honest, dude. Stanton hasn't been the same Stanton. He was having a phenomenal first half of the year, but he was probably due for some regression too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a team that I didn't think they were as good as their record was in the first half, and they're kind of proving my point now. And I've been saying it's not because I like don't like the Yankees, but I've been saying like they're not built to win a playoff series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like they are what they are. But
Yeah,
this is a crazy. I didn't expect them to regress like this. Though, I'll be
look
honest.
at this, 157. So pre All-Star 92 games, 157 home runs, 24 games in post All-Star,
Yep.
and they're at 35. So that's jumping from 157 to what, like 120 maybe?
Yeah, I mean, well, we knew they were hitting 70% of their runs scored were based off home runs. We're
Yeah.
getting hit by home runs. And at some point, the home runs aren't going to fly like all
Yeah.
over like they were for the Yankees. I mean, everybody on the Yankees was hitting home runs at one point.
Yeah.
Trevino. I mean, we're talking about dudes that have been Jags.
Yeah.
And they were playing out of their minds, similar to the Giants for all of last year.
Yeah.
So there was some regression due. But just hitting a wall like they have, because their pitching hasn't been bad. I mean, they've only been giving up like 3 runs a game. Today
they're going to
they
be
lose
100
3-1.
runs down. Yeah, they're on pace to go 100 runs down if they were going to continue the rate that they would pre All-Star break to where they are.
Which is not incredible. Good. Yeah.
No.
They are just not playing good baseball. And they got to figure it out, man, because it's New York. They got booed off the field today after they lost. I mean,
surprise me.
New York fans, you know how they are, and they're not happy right now, so they got to figure this out.
Yep.
Will they? Who knows? Let's move on to the Padres and Marlins, Ben. So the Marlins beat the Padres 2 games in a row, and last game we'll give them a pass. They faced Sandy Alcantara, so we know how good Sandy is. He's gonna win the NL Cy Young. He's a dominant pitcher. Today, Edward Cabrera goes on the mound, and Edward Cabrera really took care of business. He held the Padres scoreless in 6 innings, and the Padres end up losing 4-3 to the Marlins. The Marlins can sweep the Padres tomorrow with Pablo Lopez on the mound. What do you think of the Padres here? I mean, we thought they figured it out, Ben, and now here they are again.
Yeah,
struggling.
and it's they've got a difficult schedule going through the rest of the year. I mean, they've got a couple teams that are going to be easier series, but I mean, you've got a ton against LA, you've got a ton against San Francisco, you've got a few against Cleveland, you got a few against St. Louis. The White Sox, who knows how they're going to be at the end of the season here. They could be fighting for a spot. Like, you're going to have a very tough time holding, this position here in the wild card. And, I think they're a little lucky that the other wild card teams are somewhat struggling, but I mean, if you continue at this pace, you're going to get passed up by Milwaukee.
Well, Milwaukee did win today. They beat the Dodgers, which is
only game behind now.
1 game behind. And sorry, I don't mean to go off track, but I do kind of want to talk about that Dodgers Brewers game real fast, Ben. The Dodgers closed plus 105 dogs. Only the second game they've been underdogs. They're 0-2 as underdogs this year.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I mean, it's crazy to think that they've only been dogs in 2 games so far.
2 games, dude.
This season, but
and they lost both. But back to the Padres. Sorry,
in 11 too. That's tough.
Yeah, Kimbrel blew the game again.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, man, the Dodgers are a little flawed too, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, they're less flawed than any other team.
Yeah, and once they get their bullpen
Really
healthy, like when Trinan comes back, I think they'll be okay. But like Irv and I were talking about it last night. Like, I still can't picture a team going into the playoffs, Ben, with a rotation of like Tyler Anderson, Urias, and Catman, Gonsolin, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wild. Like, they'll probably be, if they go against the Braves have a better rotation than them. The Mets have a better rotation. But back to the Padres.
Yeah, but the offense of the Dodgers is
hella good, but pitching wins in October.
That's true.
Timely
but I
hitting
think
and
with
pitching.
an offense like that, an offense like that, though, you can compensate for having mediocre pitching.
That is true. They have the best 1, 2, 3 in all of baseball.
Yeah.
And they've been raking lately, which is why they've been winning so many games.
Yeah.
But are we worried about the Padres?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. At
Well,
this point, I don't think they're making the playoffs. I think they
nah.
really needed the offensive push of Tatis to, get them
Ben,
over that hump because they don't have the pitching.
Ben, if you like the Padres to miss the playoffs, plus 400 right now, take it.
Yeah.
Because if they lose
Agree.
another game, that's going to like plus 100.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So if you really do believe that, and you think that's a possibility, like that's a great bet. That's a bet to make money on.
Plus 400 right there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you should look into that. Milwaukee, though, I just don't know, dude. Like, they don't score a lot, like against anybody.
But
and I say like,
they're like the opposite of San Diego is.
but they're not as good of a pitching team. Like outside of Corbin Burns, who do you really trust?
But I'd say, Peralta.
He hasn't been good
should
since he's been struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
He lost last night. Woodruff was nice tonight.
But like, I'd say they're similar but opposite in the sense that like their pitching is just above average. I'd put San Diego's batting just above average, and then I'd put San Diego's pitching just below average, and I'd put Milwaukee's batting just below average. So it's like they're very similar teams to me.
I mean, you got to put the Padres hitting above average with Soto and Machado.
I mean, all you've got Soto's Machado right now that are playing well.
Brandon Drury's been swinging it well, but Josh Bell's really been struggling. I think Josh Bell is like batting like 125 as a Padre.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but if you truly believe the Padres won't make the playoffs, plus 400 is very good money. Do we have their schedule?
Yeah, both of theirs up right now.
Who do the Padres play down the stretch? They don't have many games against the Dodgers, do they?
Where did this Padres? Padres have a lot of games against the Dodgers.
Oh, that could be brutal, dude.
Yeah. Padres play the Dodgers 3, 6, 9 more times.
Ooh.
They play the Dodgers 9 times. They play the Giants 6 times. They play Seattle twice, St. Louis.
Ooh, they got a tough schedule.
3 times. Yeah. They've got Cleveland twice.
Oof. Well, yeah, they might not make the playoffs.
Chicago 3 times.
That's the thing.
Again,
when
who
you
knows about Chicago?
When you are a team with playoff aspirations, and you know your schedule is brutal like that down the stretch, and you get a 3-game series against the Marlins, and you go in there and you lose two of the first 2 so far, maybe you get swept. I mean, those are games that are must-win ball games right there. You have to take advantage of those, and they are not taking advantage of them.
Yeah. I mean, Milwaukee doesn't have that easy of a schedule either. I mean, they've got LA
Cardinals
5 more times. They've got a 3-game series against the Yankees, 3-game series against the Mets. They've got the Cardinals.
Might be a good thing playing
only
the Yankees
twice
right now, bro.
Yeah. Only 2 more games against the Cardinals, but then they've got 3 against Chicago. I'm sorry, 6 against Chicago, 7 against Cincinnati, 4 against Miami, 6 against Arizona, 3 against the Pirates. Like they've got a pretty 3 against Colorado. Like they've got a pretty.
Is it in Colorado?
In Colorado, yeah.
Like, I don't worry about the Rockies unless you have to go to Coors Field.
Yeah.
You know that meme of Captain America where he's like hella skinny and then he's like hella buff? That's like the Rockies, dude. In Coors Field, hella buff. Outside of Coors Field, fucking can't hit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I would lean Brewers in that sense, but I really worry about the Brewers offense. Like, they really struggle to hit, dude, against anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just, like, good pitchers. They're just not a good hitting team. Christian Yelich coming into the night 0 for 27, broken 0 for 27 streak, dude. We're talking about former MVP 3 years ago.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
So it's just hard for me to put US dollars behind the Brewers, dude. They've lost me a lot of money this year, Ben.
Yeah. Yep.
Whenever I take them, I swear to God, they lose. And I was gonna play them today at -124, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay away from this game, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on it from afar.
I'm surprised they had minus on it. Like,
well, dude, like I'm telling you, bro, everybody on Twitter who's a gambling extraordinaire, like they were all like Dodgers money line, Dodgers money line, Dodgers.
Yeah.
Everybody had Dodgers
If you're
money
getting
line.
plus money,
Yeah. And I always say, dude, there's a reason why that bet is out there, dude. And it never moved. Like the line stayed at like plus 105 all day, plus 105, plus 108 around there.
Yep.
Just gotta pay attention, man.
So, do you think San Diego is making the playoffs?
I do. I think that lineup is way too talented not to make the playoffs. And you know, this is like, I love, you know me, Ben. I love Juan Soto. I think he's the best hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
And I think he makes that lineup very legit. However, I do understand that team has a lot of pressure on their shoulders because of that trade. And then this Fernando Tatis thing comes out, and now guys like Josh Bell and Cronenworth and Will Myers and Alfaro, all these guys have a lot more pressure on their shoulders to perform, because this is a team that, let's face it, Ben, last year they choked.
Yeah.
They absolutely fucking choked. And they have that stigma on them, dude. And it's not the first time the Padres as an organization have choked. You watched them choke a 6-game lead in 7 games against the Giants in 2010.
Yeah.
Like this franchise just chokes.
Yeah. 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 And until you can prove to me that you are a legitimate team, that's the same way I feel about the Mets, is until you prove that to me, I can't back you.
Yeah. And I don't blame anybody for thinking that. You know what I mean? Like, it's legitimate. And you could say, like, oh, well, it's different rosters. But no, dude. At some point, like, there's just something in the air or in the water, dude.
Yeah.
And I do, because, you know, local players and local beat writers, like, they remind those players, hey, the Padres choked in 2010, 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Padres choked last year. Like, and then those players are like, fuck, dude, I got to, like, go out here and I got to perform and I got to, like, win because of this. You know what I mean? Like, to get this stigma off our back.
And the other side, the other way around too, is that it gives energy to the other teams, knowing that these teams have choked before, so you can do it too.
Yeah.
And it gives them a little bit more push that, you know, maybe they shouldn't be winning this series, but hey, you're winning the series now.
Absolutely, dude.
So
absolutely. I want to get into a couple other games. But first, I want to play this clip from Austin Hedges of the Cleveland Guardians. So Cleveland Guardians played the Detroit Tigers today. They lose 4-3, and they lose on a controversial call. It looked like Austin Hedges tagged out. I forget who the runner was. It looks to us that he was tagged out. It looks to everybody with fucking 2 eyes, except for Major League Baseball. And they overturned the call. They ruled the runner safe at home. The Guardians go on to lose the game, and in a very important game. But aside from that, this video clip of Austin Hedges, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here, but let's play it real quick, Ben, and then we'll react to it. Hold on, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it back in. Hold on.
I'd say it's a little choppy, but it could have just been the
I don't know why it's so choppy.
It wasn't like a second ago.
Yeah, it was just fine. Hold on. All right, let's see if we got it now. Let's see if we got it. Hold on. What we got going on with this? What is going on? All right, here we go. I think we got it now. Here, let's go to that clip real quick.
When we play a sport where we get held accountable.
Samsonite.
I don't know what is going on with that clip.
Yeah.
There's something going on. What is going on with this clip?
YouTube and Zoom are saving us from getting.
All right, let me try I don't know what the hell is going on with this clip, dude.
This was literally good, like
20 seconds
20 minutes ago. Yeah.
Why is it going so slow? What are we doing here? All right, anyways, Austin Hedges basically says, this is unacceptable. Players get held accountable, but umpires do not get held accountable, is basically the gist of everything. But there was some funnier things said, and I can't really say it as funny as he can, unfortunately. So you guys are gonna have to watch the clip. Just go on Twitter. I'll share it on Twitter right now, for everybody too. So you guys can all see it. But it is pretty comical, to be honest, the way he talks about it.
Yep. Yeah.
I really want to get this in. I really want to play this.
To get into the rest of the debacle with the umpires because it was really, really poor.
But it is just not. I don't know why it's not playing. I don't know why it's doing that, dude.
And hard. Yeah. Well, and he's absolutely right on the whole, the review of the referee or of the umpires should be a thing. It should be, something that they get held accountable for, because they are really changing the way that the game is, is called. I first thing I asked you was it Angel Hernandez back there?
Yeah.
And, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, because he makes so many mistakes behind the plate. And, you'd hope that going to New York is the way to hold them accountable. But
baseball's like Major League
they're
Baseball.
Getting it wrong.
Major League Baseball is like the one sport. Well, I should say the NFL is pretty bad at it too. But Major League Baseball, I mean, this isn't the first time this year. It's not even the first time this month that they've gone to replay, and nobody understands. And like they said this year, like, we're gonna have more transparency, so we're gonna put microphones on the umpires. But still, it's like we see these plays. This is one of them where it's like so obvious to everybody out there, everybody that's watching. It's so obvious that the guy was out.
Yep.
And they say that he's safe. Why was he safe? Explain to us what you saw that makes him safe.
Well, and the problem is that it's not the refs on the field. It's
the replay guys, but they should relay that information, because, Ben, there's a lot with sports gambling now, especially with these leagues. Absolutely. Like taking sponsorships with books and stuff. Like, you have to be transparent to the viewers.
Yeah.
As to what we are seeing, because that costs a lot. That costs a lot of people a lot of money today.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's
and it costs the Guardians a half a game in the playoff race here.
Yep.
Which is really tight in that division.
It's facts.
So, yeah, it's tough to see, and he's not wrong. They need to be held accountable.
They do. At every level, dude, they need to be held accountable. All right, let's look into some games tomorrow, Ben. Should we do that?
Yep, we got a few.
Yeah, we do. So let's. What game you want to start with?
Let's start with Baltimore.
Okay, Baltimore, Toronto. This is going to be a good one. So Baltimore right now is half a game back of Toronto in the wild card standings.
Yep.
For those that aren't updated on the wild, let me update the wild, because the Seattle game just ended. We got oh my god, I got the Ethernet cable plugged in. Why is this taking so long?
Is that why things are going bad for you?
Well, on our station, it's saying that we haven't dropped any frames, so
yeah,
we're cruising. All right, wild card standings. We got Seattle in the driver's seat. They're 1.5 up on Tampa, or half a game up on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is 1 game up on Toronto, and Baltimore is a half a game back of Toronto. Minnesota is 1 game back of Toronto, and the White Sox are 1 game back of Toronto. And the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins are also 1 full game back of the Cleveland Guardians for the AL Central. So we have a very tight race here. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's talk about Orioles Blue Jays. So obviously a big game. The Orioles can leave Toronto up with another wild card spot. They're in control of their destiny here, and they're gonna be sending Austin Voth to the mound. He has a 3.21 ERA with Baltimore. He's 3-1 on the year against Ross Stripling, who has a 3.16 ERA. For those that don't know, Ross Stripling is coming back from the IL. This is his first start back. Right now, Orioles on the money line.
I have Jose Barrios.
No, it's going to be I have Ross Stripling.
Oh.
What are you looking at?
Well, that changes everything.
What are you looking at?
Otshark.
Let me see what Circa is saying. This is on Action Network right here. Let's see. We got
tomorrow on.
Yeah, they got Stripling and Voth too. So right now, consensus from books, -175 for the Blue Jays, +145 for the Orioles. You can shop around depending on which side you like. The run line, +1.5 for the Orioles, -135. Blue Jays, -1.5. What do you think about this game, Ben?
I mean, things just changed because I was looking at a different picture here.
Yeah, I don't think they've activated Ross Stripling yet.
Okay.
But he is. I mean, Circa has him as a starter.
Action Yahoo has, or I'm sorry, ESPN has him as a starter. Yahoo. Don't even remember the last time I opened up a Yahoo Sports page. Is that high school again? Jesus.
I think it's hard to put anything behind Stripling because I mean he hasn't pitched since
July 30th.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 weeks, dude. And
it's 2 starts there, and that was against Detroit. Pitched well against Detroit, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs.
He actually pitched well as a starter before he got hurt. To be honest, he 3.16 ERA, 3.7 xFIP, only walking 1.63 guys per 9 innings, striking out 7.2. So he's a little slightly above league average in both of those. I think the biggest thing with Stripling is he doesn't throw very hard, so he doesn't strike a ton of guys out. So you really want that ground ball with him. That's what you're looking for. 46% ground ball rate, and when you see him get knocked around, that ground ball rate drops like 36%.
Yeah. Let's see, at home he's got a pretty good ERA at home too.
Yeah, no, as a starter, he's been pretty solid this year.
44 2/3 innings pitched with 15 earned runs.
The only thing I will say though, Ben, is that the Orioles are they're hot right now.
Yeah, they're raking. Is Stripling a lefty, righty?
He's a righty.
He's a righty. Okay. Let's see, Orioles against right-handed pitchers.
Right now, the Orioles, since the All-Star break, 5th against right-handed pitchers in WRC plus 120, which is
batting 241. Not the greatest. Blue Jays against right, 265.
The Blue Jays have been struggling though, 2-8 in their last 10, man.
Yeah. And post All-Star break, they're hitting better though.
Yeah, because of one game or one series against the Red Sox where they put up 54 runs.
That's a good point.
Like, how many runs do they put up aside from that series? I bet they haven't scored as many runs since that series as they did in that series.
Well, if there were 54 runs in that series.
54, 55, something like that. That's off the top of my head.
They have 108 runs in 21 games.
So half of their runs were in 3 games, dude.
One series, yeah.
That is one big pile of shit.
So, yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely push the. I
think at this price, dude, this is the thing, dude. And like Ben,
is it still at 9? Is it
over under is 9? Yes, under juiced -115. This is the thing, Ben. About the Orioles, and I've watched more Orioles baseball this year than most Orioles fans have, to be honest. I watch a ton of Orioles and Marlins baseball. You know how many years I've taken off my life watching Marlins baseball this year? But I've done it.
Thanks. Yep.
The Orioles are an interesting team, and Austin Voth is very interesting because he does not go deep into games. He just had his longest outing, which was like 6 1/3 innings last outing.
5 1/3.
5 1/3. You know what I mean? Like, he does not go deep into games. And first time through the lineup, he has a 1.8 ERA. Second time through the lineup, 3.6. Third time through the lineup, 20.25 earned run average.
Hell. Yeah.
But he's only had one inning over in the third time through. Like, he doesn't get deep into games.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, and I don't like to back pitchers coming off the IL because they haven't been in major league action, and you throw them into a major league game.
Especially
pretty
against a
difficult,
hot
dude.
team.
Yeah. I honestly think the over first 5 might be the play here. If it's 4.5, anything over 4.5, I would stay away from, and I would honestly probably play the under 9. And the reason being is that if the Orioles have a lead or they're within a run, their bullpen is absolute fucking nails. They have the 3rd best bullpen in all of baseball.
Yep.
And especially their high leverage guys, Dylan Tate, Perez, and Felix Bautista, 3 of the best high leverage relievers in all of baseball this year. So I would probably play the over 4.5 first 5, stay away from the over 9.
Yeah, I would definitely go with the under 9, especially at the level, the VIC that it's at right now. I'm seeing it minus 115 here.
And I would also play Orioles plus 1.5 at minus 135.
Yeah.
I would I want more juice on the money line. I don't think I would take Baltimore on the money line plus 145. I'd like that more at like plus 150, plus 155. And people might be thinking, well, if you like them to win, if you think they're going to win, why not just take them regardless? No, I need good value.
Yeah.
Because,
well, I mean,
this is baseball.
Good value there, though.
No, but I need better value than plus 145 because I'm on the road and I have Austin Voth pitching. And I usually do not back the Orioles when Voth pitches because he doesn't get deep enough into games. So you're expecting a bullpen game.
Yeah.
Which I don't necessarily love. Even though I love the Baltimore Orioles bullpen. But some of their, like, other guys, like Brian Baker and Vespi, like, I don't trust those guys, dude.
And if Barrios is pitching, hammer Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't like
because Barrios has been trash.
But it's gonna be Stripling. It's gonna be Stripling. Yeah. But I would lean Orioles money line. I would definitely play the under 9.
Under 9, yep.
And I would also take first 5 over if it's 4.5 or more, or 4.5 or less.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that first 5 over 4.5. Even at 4, I'd be a little weary about that.
Bro, Austin Voth, second time through the line at 3.6 ERA.
Yeah,
and you got a pitcher who's coming off the IL.
Yeah, but he pitched well before. That's
yeah, but you don't know what he's gonna look like.
And
now he
young.
hasn't pitched in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Ross Stripley's not young. He's like 34 years old, which isn't old, by the way. But I mean, in baseball years, it's old. How old is he?
Oh, he's 32.
32. I was 2 years off. I was gonna say that man pitched for the Dodgers for a minute. He been around. All right, let's talk about this next game, Ben.
Okay.
We doing Yankees?
Sure.
All right, Yankees versus Rays. Let's pull up the odds here. We got Yankees versus Rays. We got Yankees minus 148, Ben. They will be sending Corey Kluber to the mound. He has a 4.4 ERA, 7-7 on the year. He'll be facing, Corey Kluber is going to be playing for the Rays. Sorry, he played for the Yankees last year. And then the Yankees are going to be sending Domingo Germán. He's got a 4.18. He's 1-2 on the year. Right now, the Yankees minus 148. On the run line, minus 1.5, plus 140. And then the Rays are plus 128 on the money line, plus 1.5 on the run line, minus 165. Over under is 8 runs here.
Yeah. I mean, the way that Kluber's been playing, I would definitely go first half over. I mean, he's been getting rocked, absolutely rocked for the last, the last month or so. 4 runs against Baltimore, 4 against Baltimore, 4 against Cleveland, 3 against Detroit, 7 against Baltimore. So, and it sucks when you have to play Baltimore that many times and they're as hot as they are. But he is just getting raked. And then you got to think the Yankees going up against, and then the Rays going up against Germán, who he's been pitching all right. He just hasn't had a lot of starts this year since he's only started 5 games. His first game was July 21st.
Yeah.
But he's been giving up a run here or there. Each of those outings. So as things are getting deep, you've got a decent, I don't know, can you say a decent offense of Tampa Bay? A decent
No.
offense.
I mean, they scored 3 runs today, all in the first inning. They
Yeah.
score again after that.
That's true.
That's the thing. Tampa, we know they're going to pitch. We know they're going to pitch well, and especially in their bullpen. They have a great bullpen, dude. They have one of the best bullpens. Adam, who closed the game today, pitched 1 1/3 innings. Just a lights out slider, bro. Like one of the best sliders in all of baseball.
Yeah.
But they got to get it to the bullpen.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's an issue with Kluber. And
yeah,
if there is a game, and I don't like betting like what ifs, but if there was a game for the Yankees to break out of their slump, this is it.
It has to be.
This is it, dude, because Corey Kluber, he's getting 263 average against, but in his last 4 starts, dude, over 300 average against.
Yeah.
He's also got a 40% fly ball rate, only 36.7% ground ball rate, Ben.
Yeah.
So he's getting hit hard a lot, 28.3%. He has a 3.74 Sierra, 3.82 xFIP, so his fielding independent is a little bit better than his ERA says. But a lot of that has to do with the beginning of the year. He has not been good of late. And the guy's also fucking 36 years old.
Yeah. I would definitely go Yankees first 5 minus half a run. I would also go first 5 over on this game. Tampa Bay cannot hit righties as well. Tampa Bay cannot hit righties as well. 234 on the season.
But since the All-Star break, 101 WRC plus against right-handed pitchers on the road.
Yeah.
They're hitting
since the All-Star break, batting 227 as a team.
Yeah, but on the road against righties, 238 on base percentage of 329, OPS of 691. I mean, yeah, dude, they're not a good offensive team whatsoever. No. They're an average team, which makes it hard to bet the over.
Yeah, but I think with these 2 pitchers and with Kluber on the hill, that's where I think. I think New York can put up at least 4 runs in the first 5.
Bro, they haven't put up 3 runs in the last 3 games combined, dude.
They haven't been pitching against or hitting against Kluber though. I mean, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. But
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't
not good.
I don't like a single bet in this game. I do agree with you. Like, if I was gonna take a bet, it would probably be the first 5 over 4.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be my bet. Or I would take maybe Rays money line for the whole game, just because the Yankees are so cold. But I mean, like, what are the odds the Rays are gonna sweep the Yankees at home?
Very bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to take the money line because I don't like taking a road team to sweep.
Yeah.
If I were to play anything in this game, Ben, it's literally only the first 5 over.
Yeah. It's going to be, what, 4? 3.5?
Probably 4.
Yeah.
Probably 4 runs. I would play it at 4. Anything more than that, I would not play.
Agreed.
All right, should we talk one more game real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do another important game here.
Mets Braves?
Yes. Mets versus Braves.
Scherzer versus Odorizzi.
Yep. Odorizzi 3.75 ERA, Max Scherzer 1.93. The Braves right now plus 125 at home, so they're home dogs. Mets minus 148 on the money line. Mets minus 1.5 is plus 114. Braves plus 1.5. Or I'm sorry, Mets minus 1.5 is plus 114. Sorry, Braves plus 1.5 minus 139. Over under is 7.5 here. Odorizzi has not been good with the Braves so far.
No, he hasn't. And Scherzer, last time that he came out and faced the Braves, he blanked him.
Yeah, but I'm worried about Scherzer because he's old.
He is old.
And he like ran out of gas last year. Although it wasn't the postseason when he ran out of gas, but he ran out of gas. I mean, really, you gotta look at what he's done even just over the last 5 games. I mean, 6, 13, 19, 34 and 2/3 innings, has allowed 5 runs. The Braves are hot though right now.
Yeah, I mean, it just pitched against the Braves on the 6th, went 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs. 11 strikeouts. No walks, too. Wow.
Odorizzi's only given up 4 runs in 8 2/3 in his last 2 starts with the Braves, including only giving up 2 against the Mets.
Yeah, I'd still go with Scherzer here.
The Mets on the road.
If you look at the same time, you've got Scherzer playing against Atlanta and Philly, 2 teams that are hot, and he's gone 14 innings and only allowed a single run.
Are you willing to lay minus 146 on Scherzer on the road against a hot Braves team? Because, Ben, you got to remember, he could go 6 innings of no-run ball, but Odorizzi could go 5 innings of 1-run ball, and they could still win the game when they get to the bullpen.
Yeah, and I think then you'd go first 5 minus half a run.
I'd probably play first 5 money line.
At minus
I don't have any first.
Minus 140 area. I mean, you take that half a run and you drop it down. It drops to plus 105, 120.
Oh, bro, I just love the Braves, man. I love this team. They're so good. And I've been saying, even when the Mets were 8-4 against them, I was like, dude, I just don't understand how the Mets keep beating them because the Braves are a better team than them.
I don't disagree with that.
And now it's 8-6. Could be 8-7. And, the Braves do owe the Mets for beating their ass last week, winning 4-5.
Yeah. The last 3, Atlanta's.
Well, what are the odds the Mets get swept?
Wow.
And the Mets have a good record off losses. Now they've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, the last 3 against Atlanta. Atlanta's scored 6.67 runs per average. New York 2. Out hitting, out walking. Mets still have more strikeouts.
Honestly, the best value play here might be Braves plus 1.5.
Yeah.
At minus 139.
That's still not great odds, but
you're right, dude. I honestly like that minus a half a run first 5 for the Mets.
Yeah.
I think that's the play here.
Agreed. Minus half a run and gets you plus what, 105 area?
It's minus 165 money line, so probably like minus 110, minus 115. Maybe plus 100. Maybe you're getting even money back.
Yeah.
I think those are safe picks. I like that. I don't like it full game, but I like it first 5.
Yeah, I'd take that minus half a run with Scherzer on the hill.
Let's go, y'all!
All right, let's get some best bets. So we just broke down 3 games quickly. But let's get some.
All right, so I'll give you a bet from each of the games we talked about here. I'm going to go with the minus half a run for the New York Mets here. For the Yankees and the Tampa Bay game, I am going to go with we're going to go with the Yankees plus a half a run. Excuse me, Yankees minus a half a run at plus 120 area. And then for the Baltimore and Toronto game, we are going to go with the over 9 runs. Excuse me, the under of 9 runs here. Under of 9 runs.
All right, I'm going to go. So my favorite bet of the 3 games we talked about is going to be first 5 over 4 runs, Toronto Blue Jays, Baltimore Orioles. Over 4. I would take it over 4.5, but I got to get plus money, like plus 100. I got to get at least even money back, 4.5 for me to take it. The next bet I'm gonna take is I'm going to take that Mets -0.5 run first 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like anything from the Yankees game. I'm staying away from that game.
Okay.
Staying absolutely away. I just don't.
All right.
I think there's
5 bets there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess 4 because we both took one.
Yeah, we both took one of each, but I like those bets, man. I like those bets.
Yeah. So what'd you think of your beer? Did it end a little bit better?
Yeah, it did end better. It was better as it went along. I think I just had to like warm the palate up, dude, because like you, it was my first beer of the night, so
yeah,
I hadn't. But it was good.
I wasn't a big fan of this Mad River Brewing. Not gonna lie, the historic State Parks IPA. Just a little overly hoppy.
Like the state parks.
Yeah, it kind of tasted like an older style beer. So let's see. I don't have my brew on date here, so I can't tell you if it really was an old beer, but it just wasn't anything special to write home about. It was kind of an old style IPA, very hop forward, and wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. So not a bad beer, but not a great beer. But gotta say, before we go, make sure you go to Devour.com, download the Devour app, use promo code Taproom, get $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's 2 free beers.
2 free beers delivered straight to your front door. You don't even gotta move. Do it. It's underneath us. Taproom promo code. Yep. Let's go Devour. For Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks Lats. I'll be back tomorrow night with Swerve and Irvin Washington. We'll be breaking down the SEC, the biggest conference in college football. You definitely do not want to miss it if you want to make some money. So tap in with us. I'll be back with Ben on Sunday. We will definitely be talking about a lot of baseball because there's a lot of big series this weekend. So
yeah, really is.
I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Have a blessed Wednesday, and let's get this money.